Hello, welcome to EPG Pashala Spanish. My name is Nabil Ansari and I teach Spanish in the Center of Spanish, Portuguese, Italian and Latin American Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. We're in the paper entitled Spanish Grammar 1. In this module entitled Aprendemos los pronombres, you will learn the basic of direct object pronoun and indirect object pronoun. In great detail, you will learn in grammar paper 2. So, this module is just an introduction whereby we are going to talk about the direct object as well as indirect object pronouns. As we travel abroad, we need to make the appropriate travel arrangements like reserve a hotel or contact any travel agency. Below, Mr. Rodriguez and his wife have gone to Madrid for a week and they go to the hotel, which is La Ronda, to book a room. Here are the excerpts from their conversation. So, I'm just going to read the conversation. En la recepción del hotel La Ronda. Buenos días. ¿Tienen ustedes una habitación disponible? Sí, señor. ¿Por cuántos días la quiere? Por una semana. Quiero una habitación doble con camas separadas. De acuerdo. ¿Climatizada o no? ¿Cuánto cuesta un cuarto climatizado? 80 euros por día con desayuno. Pues está bien. Dame las llaves. Por favor, firme el registro. Aquí las tiene. El botones va a llevar su equipaje hasta su habitación. Gracias. Por favor, despiérteme a las 5 mañana. Now, I'm just going to read this dialogue once again so that you can listen it once again. En la recepción del hotel La Ronda. Buenos días. ¿Tienen ustedes una habitación disponible? Sí, señor. ¿Por cuántos días la quiere? Por una semana. Quiero una habitación doble con camas separadas. De acuerdo. ¿Climatizada o no? ¿Cuánto cuesta un cuarto climatizado? 80 euros por día con desayuno. Pues está bien. Dame las llaves. Por favor, firme el registro. Aquí las tiene. El botones va a llevar su equipaje hasta su habitación. Gracias. Por favor, despiérteme a las 5 mañana. Well, let's read the conversation again, but this time with its meaning in English so that you can understand it. En la recepción del hotel La Ronda, meaning in the reception of La Ronda Hotel. Buenos días. ¿Tienen ustedes una habitación disponible? Means, good morning. Do you have any room available? Sí, señor. ¿Por cuántos días la quiere? Yes, sir. For how many days you want it? Por una semana. Quiero una habitación doble con camas separadas. For 1 week, I want a double room with separate beds. De acuerdo. ¿Climatizada o no climatizada? Alright, AC or non-AC. ¿Cuánto cuesta un cuarto climatizado? Meaning, how much does an AC room cost? 80 euros por día con el desayuno incluido. Means 80 euros with breakfast included. Pues está bien, dame las llaves. Meaning, well, it's okay, give me the keys. Por favor, firme el registro. Aquí las tiene. El botones va a llevar su equipaje hasta su habitación. Meaning, please sign the register. Here you have them. The bellboy will carry your luggage to your room. Gracias. Por favor, despiérteme a las 5 mañana. Meaning, thanks. Please give me a wake-up call at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Now, in the conversation, there were highlighted words la and las, which are used, and these words are pronouns. And what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. It denotes the noun when it is clear what or about whom we are talking about. Now, there are two types of object pronouns: direct, that is direct object pronouns, and indirect object pronouns. So, for example, if I say Kamran gave the pen to Mala. Now, in this sentence, you have two objects. One is the pen and second one is a person called Mala. Now, the action of the verb falls directly on the pen. Therefore, it is the direct object. It is what was given. Now, the action of the verb falls indirectly on Mala, and it is to whom it was given. Therefore, Mala is the indirect object. Now, let's see the direct and indirect object pronouns in detail. And we start with the direct object pronoun, which is in Spanish it is called complemento directo. Now, the object on which the action of the verb falls directly is called direct object. It is that part of speech that receives the action of the verb. Its function is to replace a person, animal or thing in a conversation and in writing in order to avoid repetition when you have already seen it in a sentence or in an external context in which the statement is produced. The direct object can answer the questions what or who or whom with regard to the verb. So, the pronoun here can be what, like in any object, or it can be person with a question who or whom. Now, let's see some examples so that you can understand it better. La chica compra el coche, which means the girl buys the car. So, we replace the noun with a pronoun when the context is clear, and it will be la chica lo compra, meaning the girl buys it, or we can also say ella lo compra, meaning the girl she buys it. So, in this example, which is the girl buys the car, so we replace the car with the pronoun it because the context is clear, as we have already said that the girl buys the car. So, later on we will say the girl buys it or she buys it. So, the pronoun here for the car is it. So what does she buy? She buys a car. Let's take another example with a person. So for example, if um, the sentence is veo a la chica, which means I see the girl, and when the context is clear, we will say la veo, which means I see her. Now, here the pronoun is the noun is la chica and it is replaced by a pronoun her, which is la in Spanish. So, whom do I see? I see a girl, which is a person, and which can be this noun a girl, or the girl can be replaced by a pronoun, and it will change from the girl to her. And in the sentence we have seen, um, the sentence I see the girl can be said I see her when it is understood about whom we are talking about. Now the direct object pronouns are in Spanish um, me, me, you, him, her or it, us and them. So it and them can be used for objects, and me, you, him, her, us and them can be used for person, and it generally comes before the verb. Now let's see these direct object pronouns in Spanish, which is called complemento directo. And in Spanish, the direct object pronoun for me is me. For example, ella me ama means she loves me. For you, the direct object pronoun is te. Example, ella te ama, meaning she loves you. For him or for it, masculine, the direct object pronoun in Spanish is lo, which is, for example, ella lo ama, meaning she loves him or she loves it. And for feminine, which means for her and for it, if the object is feminine, then the direct object pronoun is la. For example, ella la ama, meaning she loves her or she loves it. So, if the noun is masculine, the direct object pronoun is lo, and if the noun is feminine, the direct object pronoun is la. Now, the noun can be an object, for example, masculine object like el coche, which means the car, and also the noun can be a person, but a male, and the feminine can also be an object like la camisa, and a feminine can also be a person like for example a girl or a woman, and the pronoun for feminine will be la, and for masculine, as I said, will be lo. For us, the direct object pronoun is nos. For example, ella nos ama, meaning she loves us. For you, familiar plural, that is the vosotros form, for you the direct object pronoun will be os. For example, ella os ama, meaning she loves you or she loves you all. And for masculine plural, which in English will be them, the direct object pronoun is los. For example, ella los ama, meaning she loves them, or also it means she loves you all. And for feminine plural, the direct object pronoun is las. For example, ella las ama, meaning she loves them. Now again, if the object is masculine plural, then the pronoun is los, or if there are more than one person, and if we are using the third person plural for person which is formal, so then also the object will be los. And if the object is feminine plural, then the direct object pronoun will be las. And if there are more than one person but females, then also the direct object pronouns, the direct object pronoun is las. So let's see now the direct object pronouns in Spanish are me, meaning me, te, meaning you, familiar, lo, which is him or it or you, la, meaning her or it, but lo for masculine and la for feminine. Nos, meaning us, os, meaning you all, familiar, and los, meaning them or you all, plural, formal, but them for masculine, and las, meaning them for feminine. So the direct object pronouns are me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. Now let's see some examples of direct object pronouns. So for the pronoun me, meaning me, one example can be Juan me ayuda, meaning Juan helps me. With the pronoun te, meaning you, the example can be te veo, meaning I see you. With the pronoun lo, meaning it, the example can be, if someone asks you the question, ¿tienes el informe? Meaning, do you have the report? You can say, sí, lo tengo. Yes, I have it. So the pronoun lo is for the noun el informe. As the noun is singular, masculine, that's why lo. With the pronoun la, one example, veo la televisión, meaning I'm watching the TV, and we can also say la veo, meaning I'm watching it. So this la pronoun, feminine singular, is for the noun la televisión. For the pronoun nos, meaning us, the example is él nos ayuda con el trabajo, meaning he helps us with the work. For the pronoun os, meaning you, familiar plural, the example is os llamo luego, meaning I will call you later. For the pronoun las, meaning them, the example is ella no ve telenovelas, pero yo las veo, meaning she does not watch serials, but I see them. Because the noun here is las telenovelas, meaning which is feminine plural, that's why the pronoun is las. And if the noun plural, the plural noun is masculine, then the pronoun will be los. For example, if I say necesito comprar cuadernos, los compro en la librería, meaning I need to buy notebooks, I will buy them in the bookstore. So this here in the sentence los is for the plural noun los cuadernos. Now let's replace the direct object with the direct object pronoun in the following sentence, and so that you will understand the concept better. So the sentence is busco un trabajo, and un trabajo is a noun, can be replaced by lo, because un trabajo is masculine singular, so it will be lo busco. So busco un trabajo meaning I am looking for a job, and lo busco meaning I am looking for it. ¿Lees un libro? Or lo lees. So if lees un libro is a question meaning you read a book, and it can be changed into lo lees meaning do you read it. Ellos compran un libro. Lo compran. So ellos compran un libro means they are buying a book. Lo compran means they are buying it. So un libro now changes into lo. That is the direct object pronoun. If the question is preparamos la comida, meaning shall we prepare the food, and it will change into la preparamos. So the pronoun la is for the noun la comida, whereas the noun is feminine singular, so the pronoun is la. Same way, if the sentence is limpio la habitación, I am cleaning, I clean the room. So it will be with pronoun, it will be la limpio, meaning I clean it. Another question, cuentas cuentos. So here the pronoun is masculine plural, so the same question can be changed into los cuentas. Same way, ella ordena el armario, and as el armario is masculine singular, so the noun can be changed into pronoun and it will be ella lo ordena. Another example, mi padre lava los platos. So here the noun is los platos, so it will be mi padre los lava. And the last one is los estudiantes cantan canciones. So in this sentence the noun is canciones, which is las canciones, feminine plural, so the pronoun will be las, and the sentence los estudiantes cantan canciones can be said as los estudiantes las cantan. So in all these sentences, the examples, there were only direct object and there were no indirect objects. Now I hope that you have understood the direct object pronoun. So let's go to the indirect object pronoun, which in Spanish is complemento indirecto. So the object on which the action of the verb falls indirectly is called indirect object, as it was mentioned in the earlier example that you have seen, and that was Kamran gave the pen to Mala. So in this sentence, as you know that there are two objects, the pen and the person Mala, and as the action of the verb falls directly on the pen, therefore it is the direct object, and it is what was given, and the action of the verb falls indirectly on Mala, so it is to whom it was given, therefore Mala is the indirect object in this sentence. Now let's see other example so that you understand this concept better. The example is le digo la verdad a mi hermano, meaning I tell my brother the truth. So here there are two, one is direct object and the second one is indirect object pronoun. So the direct object is la verdad and indirect object here is mi hermano, that is my brother, which remember the question who or whom is the indirect object in the sentence. So in the sentence le digo la verdad a mi hermano, meaning I tell my brother the truth, the indirect object pronoun and the indirect object can be replaced with a pronoun and it will be le digo la verdad, meaning I tell him the truth. So my brother, which is a noun, is replaced by a pronoun him in this sentence. Now let's see the indirect object pronouns in Spanish. So the indirect object pronouns are me, meaning to me, te, meaning to you, which is familiar, le, meaning to him, to her, to you, formal, nos, meaning to us, os, meaning to you, familiar plural, and les, meaning to them or to you, formal but plural. So the indirect object pronouns in Spanish are me, te, le, nos, os, les. The indirect object pronouns are same for masculine and feminine. For example, le is used for both to him and to her, which is a bit different than the direct object pronoun. Remember, direct object pronoun for third person singular was lo for masculine and la for feminine, but indirect object pronoun is same for both the gender, that is le. And for third person plural, indirect object pronoun is les, meaning to them or to you, formal plural, and it is also same for both the gender, but it was not the case in the direct object pronoun. Remember, in direct object pronoun for masculine plural the pronoun was los, and for feminine plural the pronoun was las, but in indirect object pronoun it is invariable, meaning it is in the third person singular it is le for both the gender, and in the third person plural it is les for both the gender. Now let's see some examples with indirect object pronoun. So, for example, te doy un regalo, meaning I give you a gift. So here te is the indirect object, because there is also a direct object which is un regalo, meaning a gift. So what do I give? That is a gift. So remember what answers what is the direct object, and who or whom do I give the gift is the indirect object. So te doy un regalo, te here is the indirect object. I give you a gift or I give a gift to you. Same way, if I say le digo la verdad, so here the la verdad is the direct object, because what do I tell him? That is the truth. So the truth is the direct object, and him or her here will be the indirect object. So le digo la verdad, meaning I tell him or her the truth, or it can be also mean I tell the truth to him, to her, or to you. Another example, él no me escribe ninguna carta. So here the indirect of the pronoun is me, and the sentence means the sentence él no me escribe ninguna carta means he does not write me any letter, or he doesn't write any letter to me. Another example with nos, nos sirves la comida, meaning are you serving the food to us? So here again there the direct object is there in the question, and the direct object is la comida, and indirect object is nos, meaning to us. So are you serving the food to us? Another example with les is la profesora les explica bien la lección, which means the professor explains the lesson well to them. So here to them, which is les, is the indirect object pronoun in the sentence. And remember, there is also a direct object present in this sentence, and that is la lección. So I repeat, so in this sentence la profesora les explica bien la lección, So if I ask what the professor is explaining, the reply will be the lesson. So remember, what is direct object, and to whom the teacher or the professor is explaining, that is to them. So to them is the indirect object pronoun, I mean is the indirect object pronoun, which will be les. Same way, if I say la profesora les asigna la tarea a los estudiantes, so which means the professor assigns the homework to the student. Now here the indirect object pronoun is also is present, which is les, but also the we have also the person or to whom the professor is assigning the homework is mentioned. So here with the pronoun we have also mentioned the noun, and this noun is optional, and in this sentence it is added to just clarify to whom the professor is assigning the homework. And if you want to if we don't want to say this noun, then we can simply say la profesora les asigna la tarea, meaning the professor assigns the homework to them, if with the context it is clear to whom the professor is assigning the text. Now remember that in this example, the last example that we have seen, I repeat that the indirect object pronoun les is mentioned along with the actual indirect object, that is los estudiantes. So this is the case in all Spanish sentences in which the indirect object is expressed with the direct object, that is the indirect object pronoun me, te, le should be included when the direct object is present in the sentence. When the direct and indirect object pronoun come together in a sentence, then the indirect object comes first, followed by the direct object. So till now you have seen whether if it's a direct object in a sentence, so it will come before the verb, and if it's an indirect object, so the pronoun, indirect object pronoun, will come before the verb. But when both direct and indirect object pronoun are present in a sentence, then the indirect object comes first, followed by the direct object. To make it clear, let's see one example. So if I say te traigo la comida, meaning shall I bring the food for you. So here te is the indirect object because it replies to whom, and what is the direct object, that is la comida, the food. If we are replacing the direct object also, so it will be si me la traes. So if I reply yes, you bring it to me. So I have replaced the food with it. So here in the sentence it will be si me la traes. So me is the indirect object and la is the direct object, and as I mentioned, indirect object will come first and direct object will come after the indirect object pronoun but before the verb. Let's see another example so that you can understand it better. If the sentence is mañana me devuelves el CD, meaning tomorrow you return me the CD. So here the CD is direct object and me is the indirect object, and if you want to put the direct object as well as the indirect object pronoun in one sentence, so we can reply si te lo devuelvo mañana. So here lo is for the CD, and in the sentence the direct object lo will come after the indirect object pronoun, that is te. Te lo devuelvo mañana means yes, I will return it to you tomorrow. Now this concept of the presence of both the direct object as well as the indirect object pronoun, you will learn in a better way if you go to the grammar paper second. And not only these, in grammar paper second, the other nuances of direct object pronoun as well as indirect object pronouns, for example in the third person when le and les comes together, how one will change into say, are dealt with. So if you want to learn more about direct object and indirect object pronoun, and if you want to see um, all the grammatical rules related with these pronouns, so you should also refer to the grammar paper 2. Now let's very quickly, before we end, let's very quickly see what are the direct object as well as indirect object pronouns in Spanish. So direct object pronoun is me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las, and indirect object pronoun is me, te, le, nos, os, les. So as I mentioned earlier, this module was just an introduction regarding the direct object as well as indirect object pronoun. So, and you should refer back to the e-text if you want to see more examples, and if you want to do the exercises related with the direct object and indirect object pronouns, but the basic exercises. And if you want to learn more about these pronouns, there are also links given in the e-text which will help you in understanding this concept in a better way. But remember, if you want to see, if you want to learn about these pronouns in a detailed way, then refer back to the grammar paper 2. Thank you.